I don't know how long that took. I sat here, I pressed go live about a week ago, just waiting for it. It's going round and round and round. It's ridiculous. I think it's going to be one of those days, I reckon. Blooming internet. But yeah, what can you do? Nothing worse, like, than dodgy internet. It'll be one of those where I've got to reset it. Like it's showing me like Jake's down there, but it's just black. Just to let me know that you can actually see me. It's crazy. Don't know what my internet's doing. It's all on. I am connected. Let me just double check. Yes, I am. I haven't connected my headphones. But yeah, I clicked on that button about a week ago and then it pops up. What is it doing? This is one of those times where nothing works. So my Bluetooth's not connecting. My internet's going funny. What have I done to deserve this? I've not claimed to be Jesus. So, like, I can't have Jake up until I can actually get my headphones so I can hear what he's saying. It's going to be one of them days, isn't it? Mate, let me know in the chat if you can hear me and everything seems all right and it's not jumping about and doing all this, that, and everything else. Oh, it said connected and now it's not connected. Oh, what's going on, geese? Don't buy a lottery ticket, mate. I don't get any luck. Oh, it's just said connected. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, we call that progress. Right, let me put my headphones on with this whopping great hair to make me even hotter. Oh, and I don't mean about my looks. I mean temperature, mate. Temperature. I'm about 1,000,000 stone since I stopped smoking. I've got the world's biggest belly. Don't worry. I'm sorting out an exercise program. Shh. But anyway, how are you, man, monkey? Migraine, worst ever. Don't like them at all. Not a fan. Ollie's in the house. How you doing, Ollie? Pouncey's in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Binky's in the house. I'm flying through. Yeah, I know. Literally, the whole screen was black. I was like, is he there? Is he there? Does he dare? Or is he going to go boo and give me a scare? Oh, there you go. Bit of poetry. Oh, don't know where that come from. Stop talking crap. Get Jake up. Right, done. Hello.
Good evening.
I don't know if it's a good evening or not. Everything's going wrong, geese, including my mouth.
Doesn't it seems to have settled down a bit now. It was a
Very
bit
annoying.
pixel before, but it seems okay now.
I said, and I'm not even sponsored by the movie Pixels, so I don't want to be advertising them.
No, you don't. Good evening to everyone in the chat. Good to see you.
But yeah, right. I've got through everyone. I flew through all that to get you up and that. I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of them days. I hope when I press play on Dan Witten it works. I'll tell you, you'll be like, nope, can't hear it. Oh, got to redo it again. I hate that. Very unprofessional.
And hello to the Queen of the North, who I see is in the chat. Nice to see you. And I'm so dizzy, who apparently has got wonderful boys.
Oh, that's funny. But that Spain thing, I saw that. It's crazy. I've done a video today actually about my group. I said 3 dead, and now there's 4 dead.
In Spain.
Yeah, it's gone mental, hasn't it?
Graceful. Not as mental, of course, as the fact that I am probably about 5 miles away from a nuclear power station with a wildfire burning next to it. That's pretty dangerous.
Ooh. Yeah, that's not comforting, is it? Sleep well, mate.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, it's a bit more than 5 miles, probably about 10.
But either way, mate, it's nuclear, mate. You're ashes. You are inside out.
Yeah. It's exactly in the area where Rendlesham Forest is. A bit further.
Ooh.
It's an interesting place where actually, because in the medieval times, it was one of the largest port cities in the country. Massive, much more prosperous than Liverpool and Bristol. But because the coast there is prone to erosion, the city gradually fell into the sea. And now there's literally nothing left. But you can still see under the sea, apparently. You can still see where the roads used to be, where they'd fallen sort of virtually intact.
Oh,
And
could be like Atlantis.
yeah, well, they always say that you can hear the bells when there's a storm. Obviously, that's bullshit. But when I was a kid, there was a cliff top there in the remains of the graveyard, and there were 3 graves at the top of it, and just gradually you saw one would go, then there was 2, and then now there's nothing.
Oh my word!
Yeah, you can literally see the country being ripped away.
That's mental. Can we? What we're going to blame? Climate change, global warming, the Jews, or aliens?
I was
Or
going to say,
all the above?
I think Muslims did it. All that
Yeah,
praying destabilizes the cliffs
yeah,
because they
that
put
makes sense.
that low center of gravity increases the gravitational pull, therefore it causes erosion.
Yeah, there's probably vibrations of the call to prayer as well.
Well, that is like a seismic force, creates earthquakes. Not in Whitechapel, no, happens here, miles away. We're the ones that have to suffer the burden.
It's disgraceful. I'm disgusted.
I would be disgusted, but I'm too busy being appalled.
And Phil's spelling Eve. Couldn't even bother to say evening. Oh no, I can
Eve,
see later he just put evening all. Eve. Who's Eve?
don't know. She sounds quite nice though.
Yeah, especially having 4 E's. That's like Nelly, Nelly, Nelly. Now we've got E.
It's an unusual spelling.
Oh well, at least Phil has had his fill of E's.
Yes, he has, and it's good to see Phil back as well. And of course,
It's the Green Witch. Ollie, Ollie, Ollie! Oi, oi, oi!
green, green, green.
Green with envy. She makes everyone green with envy. So
Green
much
with it.
so, she makes them green with Wizard Word membership skis. 20
Exactly.
of the blooming things. 20!
20. Did Bobby get
Ollie,
one?
you are 20 times an absolute ledge.
Oh, Dizzy
Thank
did.
you.
Yeah.
Dizzy got one.
Yeah.
I'm flying through. I see Bobby there. I'll have to go backwards because I got that. Do I get a membership? Bobby says. Don't know. You have to type something and see if your name's green. Yeah, Dizzy got one. Dizzy. I'm so dizzy. I worked out why Ollie does the memberships.
Why is that?
Because Ollie, the Green Witch, is turning everyone green. Ooh.
Maybe she is crafty. She is a witch.
As long as she doesn't vote green, that's all right.
Wouldn't have thought
See, the
so.
Green Witch, she's making everybody become green. I see now. Green with envy, green jealousy in it. Jealousy, the head of jealousy, green. Oh no,
It
I don't know what I'm
is.
talking about now, geez.
And the
Just
colour of
colour what?
snot.
That's not green, is it?
Green,
Oh, it
yeah.
is. No, it's not. No, it is. It's not. It is. It's not. If I was a pilot, I'd be talking about bogies behind me, but that's not funny either.
No, it's not. So we won't go there.
We won't. It's not to be sniffed at.
Speaking of places I wish I hadn't gone, I wish I hadn't watched Dan Wootton's show today. My God. But I thought
Was
I'd
it
be
good?
brave and stick it out. No, it was horrible. It was painful. It had that Benjamin Bummerworth on there.
Oh, Benjamin Button. I can't stand him. I saw a clip earlier where he's saying that veterans or something, and he'd rather have immigrants than veterans. And I was like, mate, with a name like Butterworth, you're a melt.
He said a lot worse than that. It was painful viewing.
Oh, I might have to go through and do a little video about that then, because I can't stand that bloke. I love to call him out. He talks crap.
The best bit is probably near the beginning when he very much angers the guest next to him by calling him a failed businessman.
What?
Bobby's just mentioned in here about the coastal erosion. Said that he saw a documentary about it. Yes, probably, I would imagine, about a place called Haysborough that's near Great Yarmouth, where the entire town is actually falling into the sea, and there are people that bought holiday homes there where they were about 10 metres to the end of the cliff, where now it's nothing there, so they lose their homes. And each year it's going back further and further. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I've never been there, actually.
Wow. Just seeing if I missed anyone in there. I said hi to Phil. Beats and Tapes is playing with his yo-yo, so we'll wait for him to finish.
Always on that.
Bobby, something's just popped up. One gift. Is that Mad Monkey Seeds? Is that your logo I can see there with a sword? I'm normally quite good at that, so I should be right.
Good to see our friend from Holland is here. Sorry, the Netherlands.
Yes, get it right. Come on. Yeah, good. Absolutely not voting green. We know. If I turn green, I'll be off to A&E. What, in shock that you actually got a gift because it took you forever last time, or because you literally turned green geese and you end up looking like the Grinch?
Turned green, like a cabbage.
Like a cabbage. Yes, it was Mad Monkey Seeds. Yeah, cheers for that, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
It's fine with saying Holland. That's even better. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's the only problem. I wish they could do that. Like, you know, when you buy it, like, would you like to choose yes or no? Do you know what I mean? And then you can choose whatever and then have a button like random as well. So you could choose. Holy crap. What? Mate.
Oh, was that you?
That was a Muslim, I reckon.
I think. Bobby, did you let gin out?
I'm trying to block the sun out. But what I'll have to do, look, I've got a big board and I've got my paintings to hide the board. But if I pull the window closed, you don't get this up anywhere other than live with a whiz, this messing about. You know what I'm saying?
Don't. This quality messing up. Top quality.
It is. Boards is normally extra for when I'm painting.
Realise
mate.
They don't understand and appreciate the fact that we've spent all day scripting this.
I've got me Quran and me Bible, and I've got Paul Hollywood's British Baking holding up the other bit of the blind to hold it all up, and it still come. Blaming Paul Hollywood for that and his dodgy books. They're obviously not big enough. And when I say they're not big enough, look at the size of the blooming things.
I think we know which book caused the problem. It wasn't Paul Hollywood.
It just slid then. Look.
Get it away from me. Every
time I touch it, I'm like, ugh.
I can feel it coming through the screen.
It's quite warm.
It will be. It's got the devil in it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's from a book from hell, but you know. Oh, guess what I bought today?
Was it a satellite?
No.
A zebra?
It's never going to be as good as a bloody satellite or a zebra. You ruined the moment, mate.
Oh. What did you buy? A packet of crisps?
No. Ladies and gents, for those who are grown up in the room, let's all ignore Jake. I bought a book. Well, I bought a few books, but we're starting with the first book. It's called The Satanic Verses.
By Salman
Rushdie. Yes, correct. Yes.
And that book was printed in my hometown of Bungay, Suffolk, And when they printed it, the first run of it, the printing works had to be kept under armed guard because of fear of jihadist attacks. And so it even affected a small, tiny market town in the 90s. I've never read it.
A whole decade in hiding.
I've never read it. I heard it's got bombing in it, so I didn't bother.
Oh, but I've got it because you know, I'm interested in that sort of thing. I want to read more. Do you know what I mean? I like to, well, I read more. Don't even read, mate. Do you know what I mean? So, but what I done to treat myself today, I bought 5 books from one author.
Good.
Yes, I did, and he's written 10. I bought the last 5.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
So if anyone wants to have a guess who it is, get in the chat and have a guess. I will tell you, but I'm just building it up.
Was it the Hadiths?
What?
Is that what you bought? The Hadith?
No. No. I want to read stuff that I could like feel like I'm being educated and I feel like I want to read it. I can't read stuff that just makes me go, oh, dodgy belly, I've got diarrhea.
Yeah, I understand it. A smart move as well. And in all seriousness, I do actually think I am very pleased to hear this because you did say that you don't read books, and I think it's great that you are going to.
I need to, mate, because like even painting, and then I do this. It's quite warm up here. Sometimes I could go sit in the garden. I don't want to take my laptop. I'm on that. You know, I do all this, and I look forward to it. I don't want it to then be a chore when I open my laptop. Do you know what I mean? I've got a PC here that I need to like get going, but you know, and I thought, what else could I do? I thought, right, I need to books. I need to read. So an advert come up. It was weird because just as I thought it, then an advert come up about, or not such an advert. It was like a clip thing that I clicked on, and it said about salmon rusties. He's a fish. Salmon rusty. See what I've done there? And it was about like the satanic verses. I was like, oh, I remember hearing about that. So I clicked on it. You know, 10 years he's been here and there and blah, blah, blah. And that. I was like, oh, I wonder if they got that on there. And while I was on there, I was like, I need to see if I could buy said books. And I found 5 that I wanted. So I put them all into my basket at once and went, "Oi!"
Nice. 5 Salman Rushdie books.
Incorrect.
No.
I could give you some titles. I wrote 4 of them down. I forgot to write the last one down for some reason, but
let's see if we can guess from the title.
It might give it away. But yeah, so we're gonna have a guessing game, everybody. Do you have a degree? No.
Yes, I do, in English literature.
Saying that, nobody knows me. Yes, I've got 6.
And I also have a postgraduate degree in teaching. And I also have half a doctorate. Why? Who was asking what people had degrees?
Triggered. He had the thing, didn't he, going? It was quite funny saying about degrees and all that. And I think he's carrying it on.
It was almost.
I've got funny. This. This is about 80 degrees. Does that count?
That counts, yes. It was very funny yesterday when Slim and myself were being very polite to trolls instead of being rude to them. They didn't really know how to handle it.
It was. Is Slim in the house? Is he?
I haven't seen him in the house. He's probably eating. Probably down the takeaway, getting a deep fried pizza.
When I asked for the author, first of all, Nelly, yeah, Nick Buckley. When I interviewed him and that he had books and I linked to them and that, I think I'm going to have to investigate some of his books because they did interest me. I like him. He's very switched on. But
was it Winston Churchill?
No. It wasn't the Mr. Men either, Phil. Hello, Lisa.
Stephen King.
Incorrect. This is about like they're factual because he's very intelligent. So
is it someone I've heard of?
Yes.
Is it that bloke? That bloke who talks about space?
Oh, that Brian Cox. No.
I am.
Why can't Bobby talk to me? Oh,
Talks
yeah.
about space.
Incorrect.
No, go on.
Oh, someone's got. I'll be insulted if people don't guess it. No, not Stephen.
Richard Dawkins.
No. The original Big Brillo is back. How you doing, me old Brillo pad? They're trying to guess, right? I bought 5 books today, ladies and gents. 5 books. I've got a title here. And you're not allowed to Google it. No cheating. I'll give you a title of one of the books that it
Not
should be a bit harder.
Keep my hands
But
here, so not cheating.
5 books, 1 author, and it is a male. No, it's not Carl Sagan. And one of his books is called Islamophilia.
Beatrix Potter.
Incorrect.
Bugger.
I enjoyed doing that. I actually enjoyed doing that.
Bugger.
I want to do it again.
Raymond.
Come on. He's very... I thought you would have got it really quick, actually.
Douglas Murray. Douglas Murray.
Yeah!
Backer.
Douglas!
Yeah,
come on. Yeah. War in the West, Madness of Crowds, Death of Europe, Islamophilia, and there's another one, but I forgot to write it down, so that goes. All 5, 30 quid. Get in.
That 6 years of academic study stood me in good stead then. I had to use all my powers.
And you've done it.
Got there. No, I think that's a really good place to be reading, because it's got things in it that you're interested in. It's someone that you respect, but it's also someone that is very eloquent as well. And you might learn some new words from reading it. Might not ever use them, but you might look at it and think, oh, that's a good word. I'll have that one, which is what I do.
Yeah, I've got one new word. Is precocious.
Excellent word. Excellent word.
Yeah, it's a bit precocious, isn't it?
I have used that word, actually. I have used that word to describe kids at school. Yes, she's rather precocious.
Yeah, I see.
It seems to be a bit of naughtiness.
Beats and tapes. I don't know if that was...
I think we're going to have to get someone to step in the chat here. It's getting a bit spicy.
Yeah, come on, geese. You know, Bobby's a good person. Whether he's Muslim or not is irrelevant. He comes here, he joins in, he has banter, he's tried to answer questions, he's literally no bullshit and said, I don't know. So, and I respect him for that. So,
yes, of course. I will disagree until the end of the world with Bobby about his religion. But
yeah,
I've known him over a couple of years on here. He's never done anything other than be very, very friendly and polite with me. And so, therefore, I treat him exactly the same way. And I would encourage everyone else to do the same. And if you have a problem with each other, fine. But you don't need to let everyone else know about it.
Yep. And if you saw my community post, if you see my posts, I replied to Bob at Speaker's Corner, and in it I thought, would you actually mind appearing on my YouTube channel to discuss current day Islam and Christianity and, you know, certain verses and whatnot and this and that? And he said, PM me with the details. So I've gone onto Grok and said, like, using this post or whatever, and, you know, I wrote down all like Sahir Abkari things, whatever, like how could I present that? Because I think Bob's quite a smart cookie, and I think I've got a lot of respect for him, hence why I thought I would seek help in writing it. It wasn't something that I really had time, you know, to get hold of you, Jake, and I wouldn't bother you anyway. You know, you're living your life and go, get it, lost whiz. But But I opted for Grok to help me. I put in all my bits and bobs, and I've added to it as well. So don't go thinking Grok
No,
wrote it. I took some bits out, and then I added some stuff that I wanted to, which was a bit more personal and whatever. And then I've
we,
sent that to him, and
that
I
was,
know the man's very busy. So
yeah, and that's
sorry.
how you should use AI. That's the responsible way to use it, and that's what it's designed for. You know, it is meant there to provide you, for example, with a template that you can then add to. It's not there for you to do your own work for you. So that's a
Yeah,
great use. In
yeah,
the same way,
because I got
I use it, for example, to I'll put a load of text in there, and then I might ask it to pick out a certain type of word and say, find every word like this in there, because it's a lot quicker at doing it than it is for me. But I
yeah.
wouldn't sit there and say, write me an essay, because it will be shit.
Yeah, I'm worried because I could end up sending something that isn't me, and they get the impression of, and then when they see me or and I'm talking, they'll be like, "You didn't write that, mate." Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? You'd be like, "No, you wouldn't have written something like that the way you talk." Whereas,
How
you
many
know,
times do you think I've read a kid's piece of work and thought exactly what you just said? Yeah, you didn't write that. Do you know how I would catch them out on it? It was very simple. I would
questions,
I
ask them
would never say
questions.
exactly. I would, and even better than that, I would say, "Come here," and then I'd look through it. I'd find a word that I knew they wouldn't know, and I'd say, "What does that mean?" And then obviously they wouldn't know. So I'd go, "You didn't write this, did you?" No.
Yeah, that's
You
a
know,
good way.
and just give them a look and say, "Go and do it again," in a very evil voice. You never have to raise your voice then, you see.
Nice. Hey then, Paul. Yeah.
Oh,
That's what
from
I'm always worried about sounding like. I mean, if I sit down, I take my time and think, especially when like songs and poems and that, I can create something. And some people may think I haven't written that, but that's when I'm in my zone and I'm well into it. And with something like that, with regards to Bob, Speaker's Corner, I don't want to disrespect him and send him something that sounds as common as I do. So I wanted to think about it and smarten it up and be whatever. Because I'll be honest, if he said yes, that will probably be the the most nervous I could be when I'm going to do a live stream because of him. Because I respect him. I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to sound stupid. Do you know what I mean?
you won't sound stupid
Uh,
because if he agrees and he's got the time, then that will give you plenty of time to prepare for it. And you just think you're not the one who's going to be talking. You've only got to ask him the questions. So that will
very
take the
true.
pressure.
Yeah. Got to
I
ask the
know
right questions though, but
he does not like it if you ask him about his personal life. Because I've
oh,
seen before, he gets a bit shirty if you ask about what he does for a living or anything personal. But he's great if you
oh.
stick on topic, which I think is fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, the first question I always ask, and I'd still ask him because he can answer it in a way, is I would say, because it's not even his real name. So, like what I did with Nick Buckley and Paul Thorpe, I say, like, who is Nick Buckley? Who is Paul Thorpe? Who is Bob of Speaker's Corner? So he will answer that as Bob of Speaker's Corner. So I think that'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Because that would acknowledge that you recognise and he recognises that Bob from Speaker's Corner is a persona.
Yeah. Like Tommy
Which he
Robinson, ladies and gents, before you throw that in. And the
and
Wiz.
he's a tour de force as well. He obviously knows a lot about the subjects that he talks about. I don't agree with all of the things that he says, of course, but that's fine. That's what things are there to discuss. He also doesn't do what
Yeah.
some of the Muslims do, which is try and stab you. I mean, sorry, when they try to blow you up. Not blow you up. I meant, what was I going to say? When they try to use rhetorical devices to trap people. So they'll try and use gotchas and things like that. They try and lure people into semantic traps and then try and make them look stupid whilst completely misunderstanding the point they're making. Lefties do it as well.
Yeah. Sweet. Hey there, Montgomery. Literally, good time. It's about to start. Oh my god! I actually in my head like maybe the first half hour we say this, do this, and like limit it to half an hour. It's literally 29 minutes and 57 seconds when I looked. It's now 30 minutes, and I've literally just loaded up on screen as well, ready to pop up. How cool is
Hello.
that for timing?
It's very cool. Hello, Monty. Good to see you all, Bean.
Monty, has Monty got a snake? Is it a python? Just asking.
I couldn't possibly comment.
You can see why I have to use AI. I am thick as pig's poo, mate.
No, no. Going back to what you were saying though about sending things like that, what you touched upon is actually very, very good, because one thing that I hate is writing emails to people, because I hate the idea of sending it and it's got mistakes in it. So I have to sit and make sure, and it just pisses me off. I don't want to have to send things that I've got to spend ages thinking about, because I'd rather do that on my own actual work. So it is important, and it does set a good or bad impression as well. I mean, if somebody replied to me and it's full of spelling mistakes and it started off with "all right, bro," fuck that. That's not getting a reply. Sorry, I don't reply to you, Wiz. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, obviously. But it would just irritate me, that, because to me that's disrespectful. In the same way as I wouldn't send off a job application just by scribbling on a piece of paper, "give me a job, I'm really good at this." There's a way of doing things, and there's a reason why things have to be done properly.
Definitely.
Speaking of emails, I have not heard back from the potential guest, but like I've said before, I don't think that email address is in use anymore, because the name of the channel has changed.
Yes. One thing I will say, yesterday, we were all on Dan Wootton watching it.
Yeah.
I tweeted it and tagged her in it, and she liked it and shared it, reposted it.
Excellent. Well, it might be easier than through X.
Might be, yeah. Sometimes I think it might be a bit, but maybe I'll just say, needs must. But I've tagged her in this as well. Like I'll put at, and it says Nuriyah can beyond belief, so that should alert her because she's been tagged.
Yes.
So.
Yes. I'm sure.
So would you like to come on to the show, please, Nuriyah? I'd really appreciate it. We love you. Thank you for being ex-Muslim and very smart and intelligent. She'll probably see that and go, mate, no. You think you're Jesus, mate. Look at you. No, I'm Gandalf, mate.
Yes, well, I think that she is great. Before, I think she's got a fantastic way of thinking about things that is very refreshing and original. I think that it's very unusual for somebody from her background to have the views that she does have. It's also unusual to have someone who can express themselves so eloquently and stand up for themselves so eloquently, and is also so knowledgeable, which yesterday we saw a perfect example of her. And I mentioned it to you in the chat, actually, Wiz, you probably saw it. I said, note how she has got notes in front of her and a pen, because she came prepared. The bloke had nothing with him at all. He talked absolute bollocks. But at the beginning,
that's why
he said, yeah, well, exactly. But he asked her to state her position at the beginning, and she did it straight through, no bullshit, point after point after point. When it was his turn, it was just waffle. And that makes a big difference. And most like Olga the Green Witch has put, she's just a very down-to-earth, ordinary person.
Yep. And even though she's been lied to by the imam and whatnot, she's still very respectful. She acts like a lady should. Yes. And I think that threw him as well, because she was like, literally turns around and is like, no, you're lying. No anger, no shouting.
I mean, even I wouldn't say fuck in front of her.
No.
Well,
definitely not.
I probably would.
Sorry.
Try hard not to.
Yes, but no one would swear to you, Nuriyah, if you come on this channel, because obviously Jake will be banned from appearing on screen. It would just be you and I.
Yeah. But the thing that I thought was great, I'm sure the people that watched it would have enjoyed seeing the chap squirm, is he was coming out with such blatant bullshit. And every time she was saying, no, it says this in the Quran. And there was nothing he could say back to that.
Exactly. But how can you
even
debate facts?
Yeah.
It's because she's saying about like you could beat your wife. He's like, no, and then he goes on about like I can sue you and all that.
Yeah, so I was going to mention that actually. There's a point, I can't remember the exact point it is, but you can quite clearly see a change in him where she triggers him, and you can see that it's like the switch has been flipped. And that's when he starts saying things like, yes, in the courts, and I can sue you, and all of this kind of rubbish. And that's when he started developing that horrible, arrogant sneer that they have. Yeah, I can do it, I can get away with it. Horrible person. He got worse and that went on. And the other thing that was really, really interesting about it is the amount of times he spoke over her. He completely dominated the conversation verbally. But what was brilliant is that she was playing it a bit like a boxer would, in that she wasn't going in to get hit. She was just keeping her distance, waiting, and then coming in with a 1-2, exactly like a boxer would, and then move back out again. Take your time, be patient. There was no point getting angry with him yesterday. All she needed to do was have a clear, simple point backed up with evidence. There's nothing he can do against that.
Yep, definitely. And
yeah, for sure.
I think these imams are definitely doing more harm than good.
I think you could kind of feel his hand underneath the table trying hard to spring into action and slap her across the face, and him knowing the cameras are on and he had to restrain himself. But you could feel that seething.
Even she said that though, didn't she?
Yeah.
And like, you're in this room with the cameras and that, say.
Yeah, she did say that, and she's absolutely right. And that is how they speak to women. I saw it time and time again on that other channel where I used to speak to people. Every time there's a Muslim on there, of a certain type of Muslim, let me say, they will speak over the women. They're incredibly rude to them. And that guy yesterday, when he said, that's just woman's talk, that says it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
He showed true colours.
I think the good thing about her, like being on this show with Dan Wootton, because even Dan, he doesn't take no crap either, and he actually will turn around and say whatever it is he's thinking, like, hang on a minute, blah blah blah. So he doesn't even go like softly. He will actually call them out as well, and I like that.
Well, you'll enjoy the first 10 or 15 minutes of his one from today then, as it gets very heated right at the start.
Does it? Kushti. Yeah, I can't. That Fahima Mahomed, I hate her with a passion.
Well, that's the other thing that I was going to mention, is that's something you have to try and ignore. And I think we could see this yesterday, that Nuriyah was incredibly calm all the way through it. Even though he must have really pissed her off, she kept calm. She didn't rise to the bait. And I thought that was really, really good. And I remember when I watched this one, there was a bit in it where she said, "Oh, sorry for shouting." And I don't remember her getting in that way. So it'd be interesting to see if it's in this clip or if it is one of the other ones. Because this was a few weeks ago now.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, actually, before I forget, thank you for your pictures, Uncle Bob. They're great. There's a fantastic picture for those in the chat who are wondering what I'm talking about. Send me a great picture of a really, really old Union Jack flag. It's fantastic. So thank you.
Yeah, that wasn't with a circle thing in the middle. It was cool. Yeah, the museum thing piece. I thought it was cool. I was too busy in shock horror from the size of the tiger shark, mate. That was literally like a great white shark. I mean, I could see straight away by the nose. You know, I like my sharks. I could see it was a tiger shark, but it was huge. He could probably bite off about 6 human heads in one bite. It was huge.
They are big.
And I even said to Rob, I ain't swimming in those waters. Not enough money in the world to get me in there.
No
Never,
way.
mate. Never.
Absolutely no way.
But,
Yes,
but
troll fest in there. That's why me
it's
and
Dan.
Stu like to go in. We like to just go in and be nice to people or wind up the trolls.
Right. Oh, Tim's in the house. How you doing, Tim? Good timing, mate. Literally just about to start watching it. Hopefully the bloomin' volume is all cushy because every time I press play, I'm like, nope, we come out, make sure it's the volume, blah, blah, blah. But right, this is Dan Witten, ladies and gents,
That's
with
him.
Nuriyah Khan.
And
It's going to be a good one.
I think that's how you pronounce her name, isn't it?
I think it's Fahima Mahomed.
Is that right? We'll try.
It sounds even funnier to me because for some reason your name was like going like all clicky. It sounded even funnier. But right, here we go, ladies and gents. You have to let me know if you can hear it or not, and that'd be annoying. But here we go.
You left the religion, so you know this religion is what Fahima is saying, that this is all sweetness and light, and women are treated.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Good. I've just got to disconnect my headphones and reconnect them because it's them that's going all crackly. That was really annoying me. It's like, is that right? What?
What? Oh, North Carolina.
Right,
I'd love to.
connecting.
The land of my doctorate.
Hear myself on that. Connecting. Like, connect then.
Connect 4. Yeah, Pouncy, I
What is
wouldn't.
going on?
Pouncy, I'd never say anything. I'd never deliberately trigger or upset anyone in the chat. Never. That's a real bad thing. I'm very careful about not being rude to people. Always. Even Jessica, I was even very polite to her or him. Probably a they then. Hello if you're there, Jessica.
Hallelujah. Blimey, heck. How long did that take you?
Well, I've aged. I'm ready to draw my pension now.
Oh, I was 376. And now I'm 396. Bloomin' it.
Hit like down here before you forget.
Yes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Right, let's take it back to the first 6 seconds. I'm hoping you can all hear it again. Right, here we go again.
Here we go.
Can you hear it?
No.
What?
No, I could hear
it.
Do
you not hear it?
No, I can't hear it now. Every time this happens, doesn't it? I think it's the gin in that book you've got there.
I think it is. But
oh, good. The Queen of the North always puts a like in before joining the chat. Now that is what I call a dedicated watcher. Very good.
That's why they named you 3 times, because you're just 3 times better than everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, geez. Right, we'll go again. Right. Rewind. That was 6 seconds again. Oh my god, that's 2 6s. We don't want another 3 6s, do we? Right.
You left the religion, so you know this religion is what Fahima is saying, that this is all sweetness and light. Women are treated brilliantly.
I never said that. I never said that.
Also, under your religion, Fahima, whether you say it's the right religion or not, in the actual scriptures, I should be dead just because I've left the faith.
Can I just clarify? Should Nuriyah be dead, given she is no longer Islam that she's walked away, because that
No,
is what one of the scriptures does say.
I understand that, and
So that scripture is wrong.
You
But it
cannot
is-
pick and choose what you decide to implement.
yes,
when
you
and
can.
when.
Don't talk about being a lipstick Muslim, okay?
A lipstick Muslim is somebody who chooses to cherry pick verses from the Quran and the Hadith depending on what suits them and reject.
Nobody
I
follows.
respect that you are, because I would rather you be a lipstick Muslim than be an Islamist.
I'm not a lipstick
I would
Muslim.
rather,
I'm
I
not
would
a
rather
lipstick.
you pick and choose and say that's not
You
right.
don't
that's
need.
not
You don't
acceptable,
get to label
because
me.
then
Nobody
we can
does.
coexist. Then we can
No,
coexist. If
we
you
don't
if you
get-
follow Islam to a T, you'll end up like ISIS.
No, the ISIS is completely even against Islam. They've
Oh
been
my God.
prompted by
Where
the
are
West.
they getting their inspiration
Why? Of
from?
course.
Where are they? They're literally reading Quran verses.
Is it true that in the Islamist faith, women are blamed even if their husband has an affair?
Well, I mean, that sexual violence, if you try and report that as a woman, as one of my teachers did in Saudi Arabia, she got dragged to the
This, as you saw me, I was being a bit rude there. This ain't coming up, so I was like, right, okay, let me have a look. Right,
Yeah.
I've got a video up called "Proof Islam is Fake." Sahara Bakari, 5134. We know Aisha narrates what time she got married, what age she was when she got married, and consummated the marriage. Guess what the answer is from Sahid Zishan.
Is it 3, 6, or 9, or 18?
Incorrect.
Damn it. Which one is it?
The answer is this hadith is not true.
Oh, right. It's not true. Okay. Not
I was
true.
literally like, liar. Yes, it is. Sahih means genuine or authentic, and Aisha is held in high regard. Lying is very Islamic. Taqiyya.
That was going
Just
to be
throw 'em
my,
under the bus.
my next point, actually. Yes, she did. Also, I was going to say, can we skip it forward just a little bit? Because I think here he's just showing the highlights.
Yeah, the coming up bit. That's why
Yeah.
I was like, let me quickly. Right, there we go. The coming up bits disappeared now. So, right, we're going to get on with it, ladies and gents.
Here we
But
go.
Just so you know, Sahih means genuine, authentic, but it's just not true.
It's authentic,
Anyway.
but it's still not true.
It's authentic but fake.
Yeah.
It's true, but it's false.
an authentic lie. It's a genuine falsehood.
Oh, Christ.
You nearly
People
spat
make me
that out,
laugh.
didn't you? That was very funny.
Right, here we go, ladies and gents.
Activists parade as champions of women's rights. Let's be honest, they constantly tiptoe around the giant tripwire that is Islam. So while they lecture the West on patriarchy, the Taliban in Afghanistan bans girls from secondary education, bars women from most work and public life, and has just passed new rules effectively legalizing domestic violence by husbands. In Iran, women are still arrested for improper hijab use.
Rubbish, Dan, you're lying! You're lying! You liar! Sorry, just wanted to break it up and entertain you.
Yeah, that's fine. Very authentic.
Many devout Muslim women insist the faith liberates them. So tell me, is Islam really good for women?
Damn right! Liberating! They are free to do what they like!
Well, they gave them rights.
Unless
I
they're
believe.
getting beaten or beheaded or raped
Yeah, but
or
That's
married
for
to
their own
sticks.
protection, though. Come on, it's for their benefit.
Yep. That's why it's that bad. They escape the East to come to the West,
Yes.
but then still wear the burqa.
It's their choice to do so, though. It liberates them.
The fact that they're still with certain people in a certain community, and if they don't, they get killed, or beaten up, or honour killings.
That's all part of the liberation and freedom that is given under this cult.
Well, if your prophet can marry a 6-year-old and consummate the marriage when she's 9, whatever. Sorry, Dizzy. We let it play. My bad. I got carried away, and I just wanted to step in because we can't be insulting Islam when it's the only true religion, and it's a religion
No.
of peace and understanding. No, it's a religion of pieces and no understanding. Oh, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Anyway, right, let's crack on. Sorry, Dizzy. Sorry, my bad.
To debate this today, Muslim Green Party member Fahima Mahomed and
Boo!
the ex-Muslim host of the brilliant Beyond Belief podcast, Nuriyah Khan. Fahima, why is Islamism so good for women?
Well, Islam is not a person. It's not a regime. It's not actually anything when it comes to even a viral clip, whether it's coming from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Afghanistan, or
She's straight in.
Hang on. First of all, look what's in front of them.
Oh,
Someone
yeah. As long as...
has got paper and pen, and someone else has just got their phone.
No, that's not a phone, mate. That's Sheikh Google.
Oh, sorry. Now, I would imagine that out of the two of them, one of them is more prepared than the other one simply by just looking down there.
Or she's more cocky. So she's like, I don't need notes because I know everything. Look at this stupid thing on my head, mate. I am all that in a bag of chips, mate.
But she's missing out
Very.
on a trick, a fantastic trick, which is because she hasn't got a pen and a piece of paper, she hasn't got anything she can then write down that she can then turn around and use against her opponent. Because she's not going to sit there typing it in on her.
Yep.
That is, in fact, correct.
And also, you need to ask her husband to stop putting the end of the curtain around the top of her head, so when she walks around, she comes out with the curtain on her head.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Now back to
Yeah, Dizzy's telling us. She's going, yeah. Sorry, Dizzy.
Sorry.
Let's talk him more watching. Only joking. Oh, look, Tim hasn't even got balls like Dizzy. Dizzy just like, shut up. He's like, let's talk him more watching. Only joking, mate. Right, okay, we're going to play it, right? Shut up. Everybody shut up. Me, shut up.
anything like that. It's a 1400-year-old faith that has been culturally interpreted over many continents across the globe. And we need to obviously answer the question as in who actually defines it. Is it Muslim women who's living it? Is it someone who is an ex-Muslim who rejects it? Or is it someone who is, misusing it? Or is it even someone like, right-wing commentators who is prophetizing from it?
Who could you be talking about?
Demonizing Islam, right? I defend women, of course, and especially when it comes to abuse or violence or anything like that. But at the same time, there's crimes in every single faith, and we do not call out any other faith when it happens in the churches, when it happens in the Epstein files. We don't call out their, ethnicity, their background, their faith, anything like that. Only with Muslims, like as if to say that the only people in the world, that is us and them, and that's it. And I think that's really unfair and it's uncalled for.
Okay, Nuriyah Khan, is Islam good for women?
No is the answer. I don't think it's conducive to humanity in general, but more specifically towards women. I think Fahima's right. You hit the nail on the head. It's a 1400-year-old ideology that is absolutely outdated. And the argument you presented is just the typical no true Scotsman fallacy we hear from Muslims all the time. It's the same Marxist argument that there's never been true communism in the world. If you're denying that Saudi Arabia doesn't practice the real Islam, or Afghanistan doesn't practice the real Islam, then where really is Islam? Find us a state where this beautiful religion is practiced in a way that we can all look and say, all right, this works. Let's do it. Because when I read the Quran, I do see domestic violence being sanctioned and codified, sexual slavery as well, child marriage with no lower age limit on child marriage, consanguinity, unilateral divorce for men, rape culture, modesty culture, a whole host of other problems that we can get into. But yes, the answer is no, it's absolutely not good for women.
I mean, Fahima,
right.
It is such...
Let's just reflect on this opening exchange, because I think we could see there that what was quite obvious was that Nuriyah, she was listening, not unlike Wiz, who was too busy writing down rude words. He missed seeing Nuriyah writing down her own notes, which when she was listening carefully to Fahima. And then when Fahima spoke, she wrote down the arguments, each one of them, or she remembered them, because she just reeled them off one after the other and said, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, and this is wrong. And on top of that, she explained why it is wrong as well. And that was a pretty strong and robust destruction of that opening statement from Fahima.
Yep. Reflection accepted. Thanks, Dizzy.
I don't think that
Oh, I should get dizzy with anger.
I don't think that Fahima really is comprehending what Islam is. It seems to me that she thinks that it's what she wants it to be, and doesn't seem to accept the fact that that's not the point of it. The point is that there is this book, and you have to do everything that it says in it, and if not, there are consequences.
Yeah. So you posted it twice. Why? Why twice?
Why twice? You wouldn't by any chance happen to be a Mohammedan, would you?
Oh, you're not someone who actually condones and defends Muhammad marrying a 6-year-old and consummating the marriage when she was 9.
It just seems to me like a Nigerian Muslim with a name like that.
Yep, I'm not even answering the question. It was up on screen.
You will be banned if you say inappropriate.
This Fahima Mahomed is on GB News sometimes, and she talks crap on that. She winds me up. I'm saying whatever. My missus is like, yeah, all right, yeah, all right. Calm down. Like, but she's lying. It bugs me, mate.
Yeah, I find that she does do that, and I find it a bit like Benjamin Butterworth. She also is one that very likes to play up to that role and be the villain of the piece. So she does say things deliberately, I think, sometimes, and probably off screen she's very different, I would imagine. Well, I would hope so anyway. If she's like that, then that's a bit disturbing.
I reckon in real life she's narcissistic.
She may well be.
Her way or no way. I reckon she's probably single. Bossy as hell.
She's definitely single because she mentioned it on either this clip or one of the other clips.
Because she knows if she gets married, she'll be controlled. She won't be able to do anything. That's why.
No, it's not, because Islam's very liberating for women. It gives them rights.
I know. I was lying, geese.
I know you were
trying
lying,
to make it out.
But stop it with
your... make out it was bad.
It's reverse takia.
How'd you say that? How'd you...
That is exactly how it sounds in Arabic as well. And it was also good to hear, as I was very glad to hear anyway, the use of the word consanguinity, which is fantastic. Always good to hear that one, which is cousin marriage, the mixing of blood. Something
but that's all right, though, because Islam does it. It's good.
Yeah, anything that's to do with being sanguine or sanguinary is related to blood.
I thought it was some, like, nice Spanish drink with alcohol in it or something.
Could well be. I wouldn't know. Not being a drinker. Not anymore.
Right. All right, everybody in chat. Calm down, mate. I'm pressing play, right?
It's a good point, isn't it? All the time, when we see these absolute crimes against women, and we see it, as Nuriyah rightly says, in Saudi Arabia or Afghanistan, but we also see it here in the United Kingdom all the time. We are always told, oh, this isn't the real Islam. Well, what is the real Islam then?
Everyone has crime. Everywhere there is crime. Every ethnicity.
So this is crime justified by the religion.
No, it's not. It also is justified by religions that are Christian, that are Jews, that are coming from, the churches and the synagogues, everywhere.
No one says, in the name of the God, my father, I beat you, love. But in Islam, they do.
They do. And they're allowed to.
The Quran says.
And that comes from
And there is a verse where Aisha and Mohammed, and she says, like, he hit me so hard, my chest was in pain, along those lines. So Mohammed beat his wife. So
There's one as well where he beats her. No, someone has been beaten, and their bruises have gone green, I think. And he
like her
turns.
dress, yeah, that's Aisha's friend.
I remember that one. Terrible.
Yes. If a man beats his wife, you are not to ask why.
It's disgraceful.
Yeah, all right, Tim. Just wanted to point someone out, geez. Come on, geez.
But we do not see that in the headlines. We do not actually focus on that. It's not whataboutery. If you're an academic and you want to make comparisons about to what is right and what is wrong, you have to obviously choose different examples, and you have to obviously make it fair. You're only seeing it from one perspective, and you're only focusing on one faith. Even these scriptures, they're not just 1400 years old, which is only Islamic. There's also scriptures, which is the Bible, which is the Torah, which is everything. The Jews also have, where they will have their women, have to cover the Orthodox way. They also walk on the other side of the streets. Okay. They also have patriarchy in most religions and most faith. And yes, we only hear of the actual Muslim crime. Only. That's it. Just like how when there was a person.
True, Fahima.
No, it is true.
Catholic.
I see
I'm
the
Catholic,
news.
Fahima. I am Catholic. And I'm sorry, the child sex abuse scandal in the Catholic.
What did she do there?
Talk crap.
About what?
Well, she's basically trying to make out like, all religions are the same and you all beat your wives or something. And you're like,
Topic of the conversation.
Oops, hang on. My battery's gonna.
Say
that again, geese.
The topic of the conversation is Islam. So she should be talking about Islam, not doing what Dan pointed out she was doing, which is whataboutery. So she's saying, yes, but what about in the Quran? I'm sorry, in the Torah. What about in the Bible? So what she's trying to do is justify the behaviours because other religions do it, so it must be okay. But the simple fact of the matter
is... But they don't know.
They don't.
White man beats his wife. White man beats his wife due to alcohol and being mentally retarded and actually having personal issues. He doesn't do it in the name of Christianity. He does it in the name of like him just not being very manly and having no respect for women, whereas Muslims do it because they're allowed to, because the Quran does teach them that.
And I would say on top of that as well, that in Western cultures, if somebody has beaten their wife, then the chances are they're very likely to get a beating themselves when other men find out about it, because it's very much a frowned upon thing. Whereas it's something that they're
in prison,
proud of it. These Muslim men,
yeah,
and you see it all.
Well, there's videos of it, waterboarding them and pushing them and beating them and punching them, and you're like in front of the kids as well.
Yeah. They do it all the time. There's no shame in it whatsoever. They're right in public, in broad daylight. And it's happening because people aren't stopping them from doing it. Because no one has got the balls to say, no, this is our country. You follow our rules. And the rules in your corrupted, horrible, disgusting, perverted book from 1400 years ago can stay 1400 years ago. Because in this country, you follow the rules and the laws of this land only. And if you can't do that, then you need to relocate somewhere more suitable for you.
Yep, and that's like what my argument is with the burqa as well. Women come all this way to still wear it. No, you're in England now, you don't wear it. If you want to carry on wearing it, go back. Go back to where you come from. You escaped there. Oh, I'm so oppressed. Oh, let me be oppressed here. What? What are you doing? It makes no sense. So yeah, Christian country, do you wear burqas? No. Well, pee off then.
But like that chap said, not chap, it's another word with 4 letters that starts with a C that I'm thinking of, but I'll use the word chap. It said last night that they kind of view it as a challenge because they want to take over. That is their ultimate aim. They can think of nothing better than converting people and changing the fundamentals of a country. To them, that is a victory of the very highest level. Christians, as much as I do not like some of the theology, I don't recall that that was part of their aim, was to go and completely destroy their society. In fact, I think it was quite the opposite, in that they believed that they were going there to enlighten societies and to civilize societies and bring good to them. Whereas if we look at this religion, I don't see anything good coming from it. I see corruption, I see misogyny, I see grooming gangs and rape, I see terrorism, not just here, but in every single country where we see this religion. And it is just a problem wherever it goes, in whatever country it is in, and at whatever time in history you care to think of, that religion has been causing a problem somewhere.
Yep.
And I'm
Agreed.
fed up of it. I'm fed up of seeing clips on YouTube of these people mouthing off at British people and telling them that they should be dressing a different way, or telling them that they should be converting into this religion, or trying to enforce some aspect of their religion on other people, like praying openly at Speaker's Corner. It's appalling. And it says everything about this government that they're not having it stamped out.
Yep.
Church, which was utterly despicable, utterly appalling,
Sorry, that's
actually
excellent.
brought down a huge part of that regime. And there was action. And by the way, there were also criminal consequences to it, Fahima.
And that's what happens everywhere. There is criminal consequences for all of those crimes. They don't get away with
not under
If
Sharia.
there is-
Sharia law protects
Excuse me.
these men.
No, they do not. If you go in those countries, their laws are much more stricter for whatever
I'm
the
talking about
crimes
in
here.
this country,
In this country,
where
when there's-
Sharia law is practiced up and down the
It's-
country now.
it is doesn't go above the English law. And if it does, then again, that's another safeguarding issue. That's to do with the institutes, that's to do with the policing, that's to do with all of those kind of risk assessments. And also people that are involved that are not doing their job properly, not with the actual faith itself. And Islam is spread so many different interpretations.
Did you hear what she said just then? I think she's raised a good point here. Beneath the shrieking and the cacophony of shrillness that was coming out of her mouth, she did say something that was good, which is that she's deflecting blame, of course, but she's right at where she's pointing that blame, which was at the police, the social services, all of the institutions that didn't stop to help any of those people. She's rightly pointing them out. And she is correct to do that. Where she's
But
wrong,
you
of
don't then
course,
go, oh, right, because of that, we can have Sharia law then. That doesn't give them the right, does it?
of course it doesn't. Of course it
Idiots.
doesn't. There should be no Sharia courts in this country at all. And if it
No.
were up to me, there wouldn't be. There wouldn't be any mosques either. And I think it would be a very reasonable thing to do, because if you think of it in terms of a social contract, we've invited in what is an alien culture that's completely different to the one that we have here and have always had here. And what have they done? Have they accepted this with gratitude and grace? No. They've thrown it back in our faces. They've done every single thing that they can to stick the finger up, take the piss, and rob us blind. And they do it every single where they go. So why are we not putting a stop to this? That's the big issue that I've got.
Yep.
And I don't even live somewhere where there are any Muslims. There are none now. So I can't imagine what it must be like to be in Birmingham like Phil is, or Bradford or Leicester or even London. It must be like living in a foreign country.
I was going to say something, I've gone blank, so we'll just carry on before everyone starts moaning again, geese.
You cannot say there's only in that sort of faith that it doesn't practice perfectly. If that's the case, what institute practice perfectly? Even in the United States, you've got 34 states that still allow child marriage, and that's a Western world.
Fahima, what I'm seeing here is, here I am, a Catholic, able to fully accept shocking practices that were widespread, that were completely animalistic and disgusting. And actually, I would want to see all of those child abusers within the Catholic Church
who's saying
put
that's
to
not-
death.
But
Put
who-
to death.
Listen.
Put to death. And what I hear
Excuse
from you,
me.
Fahima, is never an acceptance that this is going on within your
I never
faith.
said that.
But
You
rather,
can't
look over here,
accept-
look over here, look over here.
It has to be that way. I'm sorry, because all these crimes are bad and horrific. I've always condoned and said, you know what, we do not accept this. Nobody does. No human does. No person of real faith does. Do you not understand that? What I'm trying to
That's
say is,
really
why only
point.
pick on one particular faith when
She just did exactly what Nuriyah said in her opening exchange. She used the fallacy of no true Scotsman, which is where you would say something like, no true Scotsman would ever do this. And she's saying here, no true person of faith would ever condone that behaviour, which we know isn't true because they do condone that behaviour and they keep repeating that behaviour. So she's done exactly what Nuriyah said she would do.
this happens everywhere. We do not see things in the same way. You even shouting and screaming as a man, you know, taller than me, heavier than me, is that even supposed to be respectful? No, it's not. But you still carry on that way. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying
I'm very
now,
respectful to women. I'm very respectful to
if
women.
someone
And I'll
else
tell
was
you
to
who's
do
not
that, you
Fahima.
wouldn't accept it.
Well, I'll tell you who's
It's
not
only because
Fahima.
you get away with it.
I'll tell you who's not Fahima. Islamist men who want to lock
And I
people
agree
like
with
you
that.
up in the houses.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
I'm
and
sorry.
treat you like a second-class citizen.
Excuse me,
I
it is
actually
not
treat you
just-
as an equal, Fahima, and that's the difference with my philosophy
No,
in this
no.
Christian Western country.
But then you just
I
collectively
don't view you
blame.
as a second-class
But
citizen.
you collectively blame. There are so many Muslims that are actually professional women working, speaking on TikTok, on YouTube. They are even working in government. They are even MPs. Don't tell me that this Islam is not for women.
Okay. Well,
That doesn't really, you know,
Can
that
we-
narrative is really minor and small
Well,
and very minuscule for what you're saying.
Can we
as to
let Nuriyah
collectively
come
say.
in? Because a lot of people might not know Nuriyah's story. It's absolutely fascinating. Nuriyah, you were Islamist, or at least you were a practicing Muslim.
Yeah.
And you are now an anti-Muslim. You have effectively,
Anti-Islam. I've left Islam.
yeah,
behind.
you have converted. You haven't converted to Christianity, but you are not Islam. You left the religion. So you know this religion. Is what Fahima is saying, that this is all sweetness and light and women are treated
I never
brilliantly
said
correct?
that. I never
No,
said
but
that.
also under your religion, Fahima, whether you say it's the right religion or not, in the actual scriptures, I should be dead just because I've left the faith. That's how unicorns and rainbows.
When we
were
talk
faith
about
is.
scriptures, and
Why
if
are
you're
there
going to put
11
that,
countries, 11 to 12 countries at the minute still, which have the death penalty for apostasy? It's only because I came back to the United Kingdom where that doesn't apply that I
That's-
can sit here and talk
that
to you.
is their laws. Okay, I don't live in a
So
Muslim
under perfect
country.
Sharia,
That's not
that's
perfect
Sharia.
Sharia.
That's the Sharia
That's
you're
not-
giving what about
no,
when it comes to
no.
the Bible has some bad
Because even
predicaments.
between, say, Saudi Arabia and Iran, they meant Muslim countries. They're completely
Okay,
different.
well, Fahima, can I clarify?
They're completely
Before
different.
I let Nuriyah come back, because we've got time
Well,
to
it's-
deal with all of this. So can I just clarify?
What's interesting there, I think, is and we saw this yesterday as well, that Muslims, when they get angry, what they do is they just try and speak over somebody, and they think that, like, if they keep talking louder and louder, that's how you win an argument. And it must be something cultural, because they always seem to do it. Whereas what you noticed is Nuriyah was very calm. She just said something devastating against Fahima's argument. And Fahima's got no comeback to it, so she's starting to lose it. She started shrieking. You can hear her voice has gone up in pitch.
Yeah.
And the reason that I think this happens, I mean, I don't know this, but this is what I'm assuming, is that it's a form of what I would call identity fusion, where their belief is so tied up with their identity and their worldview that any attack on it, no matter how minor, whatever criticism it is, it just literally drives them to the point of rage. And that is a sign of a cult, quite clearly.
Yeah, she's a bit weird that she threw it like Saudi Arabia and Iran, and there's differences, but she literally like has just glossed over as if it's okay for what Nuriyah Khan said.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, but that's over there. Oh, that's that. That's this. That's that. So she's literally literally basically saying it's all okay because it's over there, but they're trying to bring it here.
Where do they practice it in its most purest form? In Saudi Arabia, of course, which Nuriyah was saying last night that she lived very near to what she called Chop Chop Square, where every Friday they would call out the names of the people who were going to get their hands chopped off or their heads chopped off. It's just normal to them. And Fahima's just putting that to one side and thinking, no, no, no. Someone of a real true faith, they would never do that. No, it's just people interpreting it wrong. And what she's missing is the point that, well, if that's the case, then why does it keep happening again and again and again? Because it's not a coincidence. And we can say, yes, most of them are not doing it. But the reason most of them are not doing it is because they don't read their book and they don't follow it properly. If they did, then they would be doing exactly the same thing. And it's
got a feeling that Dan's just about to put it in her face, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks like it. He's not afraid.
No, I think he's become more educated himself within Islam for him to know the basics, to argue back on certain things, because he never used to be like that. And I think where it must have keep coming up, he's like, even like someone like myself, you think, right, I need to learn certain things to understand, to then say, and I think that's where he's at, which is good for him because, you know, knowledge is power.
That is a good thing. Yeah, it is a good thing. I just think it is really, really interesting, though, that the ratio of communication that's happening, in that you've got one who's doing the typical Islamic panic, just shouting, screaming, playing whataboutery. Usually they then start insulting you, so we'll see if she resorts to doing that. But it's just typical behaviour that we see from them, and it always ends in violence. You see it at Speaker's Corner every week. They just cannot debate because it affects them on an emotional level in a really infantile way.
Definitely. Yes, he's from Australia, I believe, Sharky. I believe. So, right, let's carry on.
He's from New Zealand.
Nuriyah, he did.
Sorry, mate.
He's from New Zealand, but he's actually English. So his parents are English.
New Zealand.
He was born over there, and now he's come over here. Sorry to interrupt.
The wrong hemisphere.
Yeah, right.
No, that's all right, mate. Corrected. I thought I saw somewhere like he was Australian or something. So yeah, apparently it's New Zealand. That's not Australia, is it? So happy days. Happy days. Right, let's see what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good?
All good.
Oh.
Given she is no longer Islam, that she's walked away, because that is what one of the scriptures does say.
I understand that. And
so that scripture is wrong.
It's not about that scripture's wrong. We have scripture in Judaism, and we have scripture in the Bible.
I'm asking
and
about
we have scripture in Islam that we don't practice by the core in every country and every state. And Muslims that come to this country or anywhere in the West, we do not abide by those laws.
Well, let Nuriyah keep telling her story.
I think that was just important by those laws.
Nuriyah,
so it means that it can actually, pivot.
Well, Fahima, the difference between any other religion and Islam, and I think Christopher Hitchens puts this beautifully, is that Islam makes very, very grand claims for itself. The Sharia and the Quran, which is the divine word of God, is completely timeless, eternal, and immutable. You cannot pick and choose what you decide to implement.
Yes, you can.
No, you absolutely cannot.
Yes, you can.
Then
yes, you can.
On the way to being
scholars, no, because scholars themselves disagree.
Muslim.
No, scholars themselves. Don't talk about being a lipstick Muslim, okay? I get a lot. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Most Muslims really do interpret the way that they feel that most scholars actually also disagree.
Do you believe
themselves.
in the Quran?
You know I believe in the Quran, and it's interpreted in several ways once
Is the Quran,
context
is the word of God above man-made laws and the final thing you must believe in, and it's unchangeable and it's eternal?
it is
that
not
the
as
case?
clear as that, because when I'm
It
living
is. The
here,
Quran
no,
says
because when I'm
it
living
is the
here, it
ultimate
also
guide.
you can pick on one thing, far left
I'm
or
using
whatever
the
it
actual
is.
book, the one major
It
source
is
of your
so
religion.
false the way you're describing it, because at the end
The
of the
Quran
day,
is not the
it
perfect
says,
guide for Muslims.
of course it is, and
Thank
it says
you.
that I can actually be in this country and follow the law of the land. So how does that also fit in?
You're absolutely allowed to follow the law of the land. What happens when you have a position of power? Are you allowed to maintain peace with the non-believers once you're in a position of power?
Absolutely. What do you think's
I
happening?
don't think you've read Sharia law,
MPs
Fahima. I don't think you've read
No,
Sharia law.
you just only have one version, and I get
My
what you're
version
saying.
is consistent across Iran, Saudi,
No,
Afghanistan.
it's not.
It is actual.
There are those are the
arrived-
really
I don't wanna
those
shout over you, so
those
go ahead.
those places. Okay, they follow a Sharia that we
Oh,
do
yeah,
not
that
really.
was-
So you know Islamic scholars.
She said what you said then.
Yes.
Shout over you.
Yeah. So I would imagine
But-
that she probably felt that she was getting a bit emotional there, and she felt that she was getting a bit carried away.
Fahima
Probably
is just
because of Fahima's
lying.
The thing that I think is really interesting. Well, go on.
I was going to, but everything that Nuriyah Khan has said is right.
Yes.
As an ex-Muslim, is correct.
Yes.
Then you got Fahima as a still practicing Muslim who literally lies about the Quran and
Well,
what's in it. How does that make you think it'd be the other way?
Well, the thing I thought was really interesting is she said, "You keep just interpreting it in one way." Well, that's the whole point of it, isn't it? That there is only one way that you're supposed to interpret it, and she's getting
And one
really,
meaning.
yeah, exactly. And she's getting triggered because she's speaking to someone who understands the religion, not just because they followed it, but because they were devout. I mean, this is someone who was wearing the hijab, I think she said, when she was 9 years old. This isn't just an ordinary Muslim. This is someone who is incredibly devout. From one of her family was an imam as well. So if anyone knows what they're talking about, this is the person that you would want to be talking. And she's putting her in her place. It's a great image that it's got there with that pointing finger, really putting her in her place.
Yeah,
because
like
she's
that.
being ridiculous.
Good. But it's crazy. I can't get over how much that Fahima does lie and twist things and deny facts about her own religion. She's either clueless about her own religion or
Yeah.
she is deliberately twisting and practicing taqiyya in the name of Islam.
Now, would you say that as well about the bloke who was on Dan Wootton last night?
I wouldn't be surprised if that was her dad.
Because he did exactly the same thing. So I'm wondering if it's not just Fahima that's doing it. I think it's all of them do it. I think it's part of the
Do you think
culture.
that's what they're taught?
I don't know if they're taught to do this. It's definitely something that is a cultural behaviour that comes from that community, and it must come from their beliefs. I can't see where else it would come from. I mean, I suppose some of it will be cultural in terms of their nationality. Like the bloke yesterday kept being very racist about Pakistanis' interpretations of Islam. So I think that obviously each country will have its own cultural ways, but there does seem to be, to me at least anyway, in that the Muslims I have encountered and seen tend to do the same behaviours. And they are very easily triggered when it comes to their identity fusion. And I really don't know if it's something that's psychological or if it is something that's cultural. I think it's probably both. But it is the behaviour of a child. And that's what I really find hard to understand. And I think Binky has got it spot on here. They get angry because once you start getting to the core of Islam, it's too disturbing for them to accept. Their ego will not let them. That is exactly it. So if you've got identity fusion, somebody then questions your core belief, that's your entire sense of self-worth and belief collapsing. And this is a defense against it. Even defending things that you know are indefensible but because it's your ego that's involved. So a very good point there. Sorry, I just read what Uncle Bob put.
Yeah, I'm not putting that up on the screen in case that's deemed in any which way, but I did see it, but made me chuckle. But yeah,
I think he's only saying what it says in the Quran. He's only endorsing that message.
yeah. But then today, right, I got 2 community guideline violations on TikTok trying to upload my video about the dinghies. I loaded up a short, and then I, like on YouTube, done it on TikTok, and yeah, I got that. So I reworded it, redone it, and still got another guideline. I was like, do you know what? TikTok can do one. I'm not doing that anymore. But on X, and it's up on YouTube, and then I uploaded my main sort of like 6-minute video about the dinghies as well. But even that content is being suppressed by YouTube, I might add. So if you watch it, please like and comment, because that helps with the algorithm.
I think that that's true of any content that's being critical of that particular religion at the minute, because the establishment have decided that that's the one that they're promoting. I don't think it's because they necessarily are getting it to take over anywhere. I think they're using it as a means of control against people instead.
Yep.
But I also think that unusually, but people have actually had enough. And it is, you can sense that it is bubbling under the surface, and it is going to erupt sooner rather than later. And when it does, something terrible will happen, and that will either then cause more, or that will stop it. But these people, they will not listen. They will not respond to diplomacy. They only understand the sword.
Who have sat over 1400 years doing
There are
ijma.
several. There
Ijma
are
is the
several.
Arabic consensus.
Excuse
that
me,
have
you
done.
don't know what I follow.
Well, you're throwing or disregarding all of their conclusions.
Exactly.
That they've
Okay, so Nuriyah, can you just explain what you mean
Exactly.
by a lipstick Islamist or a lipstick Muslim? I'm not sure which phrase you use.
Yeah, lipstick Muslim is somebody who chooses to cherry pick verses from the Quran and the Hadith depending on what suits them and reject.
Nobody
I
follows.
respect that you are, because I would rather you be a lipstick Muslim than be an Islamist.
I'm not a lipstick Muslim.
I'm
not a
rather
lipstick.
you pick and choose and say that's not right.
You don't get to label me. Nobody does.
Then we can coexist. If you follow Islam to a T, you will end up like ISIS.
No, the ISIS is completely even against Islam. They've been prompted by the West.
Where are they getting their inspiration
Why? Of
from?
course.
Where are they? They're literally reading Quran verses. They're striking people at their fingertips because that's what the Quran says.
But that is not allowed.
They
Do you
are
not
taking
understand?
Yazidi women as sex slaves
Oh
because
my
that's
God,
exactly what Islam says.
So
most of the
Nuriyah,
scholars don't agree with that.
during your time in the faith, can you just explain what your understanding was of how women were mistreated?
Yes. So, I mean, personally speaking, I grew up in the Middle East. I've spent time in Saudi Arabia. I've spent time in the UAE. I've seen Wahhabi Islam play out. I've seen amputations and beheadings take place after
Which we don't follow. I don't follow.
Sure, I respect that. I really admire that you don't follow that. But
most Muslims don't.
But of women.
Of
women.
Of women.
And
of
what
men.
had these women done wrong?
It's theft. It's petty crimes as well. You get your right hand chopped off if you've stolen from that hand.
Is it true that in the Islamist faith, women are blamed even if their husband has an affair?
Well, I mean, the sexual violence, if you try and report that as a woman, as one of my teachers did in Saudi Arabia, she got dragged to the middle of the desert and raped, that you get lashed. And also, if you are not married and you've had sex outside of marriage, they don't consider that you're a victim of that crime. So you can't report it. The same thing happens in glossy modern Dubai, by the way. Even in Qatar, that there was that Mexican World Cup official. She got raped in Qatar and she had to flee to not get lashed. So this is the status.
So sorry, I just need to clarify this.
Sure.
So women are blamed if they are raped?
Yes. The threshold in Islam to prove rape is 4 witnesses, which is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard.
And it goes beyond that practice.
Dan,
what about in Indonesia?
One moment.
They have the highest amount of population in Indonesia.
For a euphemism, with the fountain pen in the ink. That's what 4 men, not even women, need to see happen for you to be able to say that's rape. Otherwise, you're in trouble.
So does that mean that women are used for sex?
Yes, of course they are. And their sexual crimes are rampant in those countries. And what do? You hope that you come from a host country where you can flee back to and get on the first plane out. Because Sharia, all of this, Islam gives women rights, Sharia protects women. It absolutely does not. And while it gives Muslim women an iota of what seems to be protections, which it doesn't, because I tried to get divorced under Sharia and they made my life a living hell and made me
What happened? But first, the number one.
Let's get past
Well-
that. I can't believe that. I was well into that.
Yes. We don't want any of these adverts, Daniel. Get back on with it.
Thehealthyfat.com outspoken. There we go. I'll do my bit because I'm using his content. There you go, Dan. All right. Respect.
Thanks, Daniel.
The video. But now, back to the show.
Good
So
timing.
they used an ancient archaic Sharia law, Sharia, which is derived from the Quran, because the Quran is the inspiration for everything that goes into Sharia. I didn't want to go back to an abusive husband, and they actually used, it's called Ta'a Zawjiyya, which relates to the disobedience of the wife, which comes directly out of the Quran, verse
Was that here
434
or there?
in the UAE. And they said, you need to return to your husband's house and we'll arrest you and take you there, and you cannot leave without his permission. It is directly going back to the concept of nushuz in the Quran, which is disobedience of a wife, which is directly from Surah Nisa, which is the
No,
verse
I
for
know.
women.
I know exactly
And
what
that's,
you're talking
that's how
about.
they're able to use
But
the
what I'm
law.
trying to
Because,
say,
Fahima,
but
can I
people
just
don't
try-
practice
but
the
Fahima-
core Sharia
Okay, but
in one
do you
interpretation.
Can I just
Every religion has that.
I get that, but Fahima, what I'm trying to understand here, and I hope you can understand
Mhm.
where I'm going
Yeah.
with this and why I'm trying to understand this, because I presume you acknowledge, and if you don't acknowledge, please interrupt me, but I assume you acknowledge that there has been a massive scandal in this country with
Yes.
Pakistani Muslim rape gangs.
100%, I acknowledge, and I
And what
spoke
I'm
out
tr-
about it too.
Yep, exactly. So what I'm trying to understand is why those types of barbaric practices were allowed. And when I hear the way that in their host cultures, these Islamist men are allowed to treat women, it all of a sudden becomes more understandable as to why they thought white girls could
It
be treated
is
in that
not,
way.
It's
Exactly.
not acceptable anywhere. It's not acceptable
But it
for any
sounds
Exactly. That is where it comes from. And okay, she's got a point in that not all Muslims do this, but as I said, most of them don't follow the religion properly. If they did, they would be behaving like it. But what isn't being said, I think, enough is that there is a sizable number of Muslims who do believe in these things. And even if it's, let's say it's only 30% of them, that is still a huge amount of people that are practicing and having those sorts of beliefs in this country. And it's not just that they're learning it in the mosques, they're then being sent to religious schools afterwards where they're being indoctrinated in it. They're then sent away at weekends to places as well. They're sent to places in the summer holidays. It is a thoroughly nefarious, disgusting ideology, and we need to weed it out of our country alongside leftism. And the thing with Fahima is that she just, because she doesn't think that, then it doesn't count. So she's an idiot. It's true, like Sharky said, not all sharks bite people.
Nope, some just swallow them whole.
Yeah.
like it
person.
is.
No,
I was going to say something. That's why there was that pause, and then I completely went blank. Then I felt compelled to quickly press stop to tell you that when I could have just let it play. How weird's that? That went through my head well quick. That was really weird. That I don't know why I had to stop it to say it. Oh mate. Oh dear. Don't be the whiz. Use your noodle. And I don't mean your pot. That's junk food. It's crap. Anyway,
junk.
right. Let's carry on. This is like, it's annoying because I could literally sit and just watch this like all the way through. So I can understand where people are coming from, but at the beginning it took me a while to get into it. But once, we start listening to what Nuriyah says and what that person lies about, should we say, it's like you can't press stop because you just take it in like, what is she going to say next? You know what I mean? And the fact that Nuriyah, this fact, that fact, this fact, that fact, and she goes, Well, no, it's fact, but I'm going to say it's not fact because what? It's just hilarious.
I just wanted to say I'm glad to see that Kelly is here. Good to see you at Blank Faces, always. Yeah, I agree with you. If you can shut your mind off to the shrieking and actually listen to what Fahima says, you can see that she's getting an absolute schooling here. She's getting torn apart and she can't cope with it, so she tries to shriek and try all different ways of getting out of it. But I can see what she's trying to do. She's trying to say, look, I don't practice it like that. Other people don't practice it like that. But as that figure just showed on there, the millions of people do practice it like that. Well, in fact, it's billions of people will do, because there are 2 billion that practice it worldwide. And we do not want to have that here. And it's reached a point now where we had a system that's based on liberal values. We could have that because we've got a high trust society, that we created this society for our people. It works because of our people and our values. People that don't have the same values and opinions, it's not going to work, because they are just going to take advantage of the system that we've got. And so in many ways, we have killed ourselves with kindness.
Yep. How you doing, Kelly? Anyway, I hope you're well. Blank Faces.
What I
Yours
think
has
is-
check it out.
What I think is really good is the way that the Nuriyah does destroy her peace, though. She doesn't slag her off to her face. All right, she did call her a lipstick Muslim, but she's not slagging her off. There are no ad hominems. She's not reading off loads and loads of facts either. She's just simply saying the exact point that she needs to make that point clear and to show Fahima that she's wrong. And so that's why I was really impressed when I watched this debate at the time.
Yeah, definitely. An impressive 3 C's that cool, calm, and collected. I mean, it's quite impressive. Like, she knows that what she's saying is actually doing the damage. She doesn't need to shout. She doesn't need to say you're a liar. She's like, let me just tell you this.
I agree. I mean, I would imagine, though, that this was probably winding her up. And I'm not surprised by that. But the fact that she manages to retain that composure, I think, is very, very impressive indeed. But it's also the way that she speaks is really, really, that's what impressed me, is that she's very eloquent always in what she says. Because this is the thing that I think you can distinguish between a person who is well-spoken and who isn't, really, which is, I think, people who are well-spoken speak in complete sentences. People who don't know how to do that will often speak in an incomplete sentence, where they'll then go off into something else.
Yeah, I was thinking, even when Nuriyah, she's like, my life and my experience was this. And then old Plumface there is a bit like, oh yeah, but it's not like that everywhere. I'm literally telling you my story. Oh, but it's not true. That's how it comes. And it's
what a story it is as well. A horrible story.
Blooming is. She's lucky she got out. Do you know what I mean? Without being like severely beaten or killed. And she's like, oh yeah, but you know, it's not that bad. It's all right.
Exactly. And that's why I say that this is a very, very brave young woman, because she literally did have to get out of that country by the skin of her teeth. She's not just saying these things, she actually lived it.
Takia, there's no skin on teeth. Oh my, you know, in Islam, you would have known that, because like it hasn't got any errors apart from the lot of errors that it's got.
But yeah, quite a few.
But I called you out there, mate. That's it. Skin on teeth, mate. Unless you got that from the Quran.
No, I wouldn't sully my eyes with that muck.
I just looked out my window, thought, oh, the sun's setting, it's going into that muddy puddle again.
Is it? Oh, good. I'm glad to know it's got there safely.
Yeah.
Oh, Jennifer Juniper's in the house.
Buongiorno, Jenny.
Bit late,
hour,
dear.
Minutes late.
You've only missed most of it.
Yeah.
Never mind. You're here now.
Last. Yeah.
Make the most of the next 20 minutes.
Don't be sorry later. We all got lives going on. The fact is, you're here. That's all that is. So
Only
yeah,
joking.
that's another reason I like to do. Well, I used to do 4. Now I do 5, don't I? Now I've had a Freaky Friday because 5 a week. If you can catch 1 or 2, let alone all 5, then happy days. And that's why I do the different days. Hopefully, people can sort of jump in at one point and hopefully have a good little bit of entertainment and laugh at the crap that comes out of my mouth. You know what I mean?
And mine.
Yeah, I know it's really bad, Jake. I wasn't really going to bring that bit up to try not to insult you.
It's best that
It's bad, mate.
think we'll
Closet
leave-
Muslim.
I wonder if Fahima is the sort of person who actually wears that headscarf just to make a point. She strikes me as the sort of person that would do that.
Unless you just watch Lawrence of Arabia.
She might have done. Or maybe she's just washed her hair.
Or someone said, wear this when you go live, and I'll give it to you for free. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'll have anything for free.
Yeah, true. Maybe she's bald.
Yeah. Bald or bold?
Obviously got some problem because she seems a bit cross.
Oh, she's a very angry person, isn't she? But I think that's Islam. It puts hate inside your blood, and you speak with anger. You raise your voice. You try and shout people down. You see it in Speaker's Corner. She's no different, and she's supposed to be a lady.
Well, I think the reason that they do that, I think it's just a macho thing, isn't it? It's just the way that they do that sort of shouting and pouting and chest thumping. It's all a way of saying mine's bigger than yours, essentially. That's all it really is. And it's the sort of behaviour that we got rid of in this country, certainly a good 250 years ago. We've long since stopped having duels and things like that, for example. It's just that when we see today that sort of over macho behaviour, I think it goes so far that way that it just comes across as gay. They're so manly that they're gay.
Yep. Alzut. This is my best week, Nelly, with 5, with Freaky Friday tomorrow. Tomorrow, 7 p.m, everyone. Bit of Loch Ness, Bigfoot, and how to recognise if it's real or fake type scenario. We'll be making that up as we go along. We're going to live and learn. But obviously, as the week goes by, Freaky Friday will just only get better and better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting Slim to be here to have done all the work, to be honest, because it's his idea.
Damn right. He's like, that's my idea done. I am off.
And he hasn't even got the decency to turn up today to get the briefing. So I wouldn't expect much tomorrow.
No.
But you should definitely watch it in case something good might happen.
Yep. It's going to be entertaining. Entertainment. That's all it is. Anyway, right, let's go because I'm enjoying this.
Good.
It's not. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Well,
there is no Muslim
I'm getting it
that
from Nuriyah,
Yeah,
who
but
lived
Nuriyah
it.
is also talking about extreme countries, which I find that also
Dubai
are
is extreme. The UAE is extreme. That's the example Muslims quote to say this is the most modern form of Islam.
I don't think that they are, the sort of epitome of Islam. I don't think any country actually in the world is an epitome
argument.
of
There's no real Islam.
because what I'm saying is they don't interpret my sort of way.
Your version,
okay?
Fahima, why is your version better than all the scholars that have ever come?
I follow scholars. It's just that my scholars are very few and limited. Do you not understand?
Well,
they
I wish
do
your
have
scholars
that.
were more mainstream.
They are
because
very,
this is not...
very limited.
Okay,
and the scholars themselves argue
then let me
against
ask you,
it.
Then let me ask you this.
I get Muslims against
let me ask
me.
you this. I'm trying to understand. I'm really trying to understand this. Your experience as a Muslim woman in the United Kingdom amongst other Muslim people and Muslim men,
yes,
is that you're an equal?
There it is.
In what sense?
Yeah, he popped up just as you mentioned him. How weird's that?
Get your homework done, Slim. We need you to tell us all about Nessie tomorrow.
Yeah. And we don't want to hear that you married her.
No. Yes, good quote there from, or sorry, good point from Kelly there. My scholars are few and limited, says everything I need to know. Touche.
Yeah.
Touche, Kelly.
Yeah, don't worry about all the other ones that speak the truth. Mine lied to me, and they're the ones.
But what kind of person says something like that?
I wouldn't know, mate. You have to ask my vicar because he's different from all the others.
No, but I mean, what kind of person would actually say that they're not interested in what learned people have said?
No, I'm not either.
No, that's true.
But
you should listen to the great minds. She obviously thinks she's so arrogant.
And then I ignore it all and make up my own bullshit. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm thinking of starting my own cult. I think it's the way forward.
Me too. We should start. I was thinking get a website, and we'll have to get a thing going where we all join and that. Not like Wislam. It'll have to be something else because that's a bit close to Islam, isn't it?
No, I mean, I think I could handle being a messiah. I'm okay with that.
See, now you know how I feel.
I know. I like to share the burden with you.
Yeah, it's crazy. But every morning you got to do 10 press ups because the Lord said so. Apparently,
I'm not doing that. It's too much effort.
They're different press ups.
Right.
You don't drop and then push yourself back up. In order to do a proper one in the name of the Lord, what you do is you push the planet away from you, and then you bring the planet back closer to you.
Right. You mean
and that way? No, you're moving the earth, mate. That's what the Lord wants. Like literally, do some press ups with the earth, mate. It's not about you going up and down. It's about the whole planet moving away, coming back, and then you appreciate it.
I haven't got the energy for that.
Well, anyone can do it. Just depends what way you look at the press up.
I'll give it a go, but I'm not promising.
Well,
I'll try.
One of the gods known as Norris Chuckus invented that.
Yeah. Did he? Well, you see, I'm only going to be a part-time messiah because obviously I haven't got enough energy, so I'm only doing it for 3 days a week.
Oh. Well, part of my religion, we got sleepyism. So if you want to sign up for that side of it, you spend a lot of time, you've got to pray with your eyes closed.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm good at that. In fact, I'm an expert when it comes to that. Sign me up.
Which will be great. Yeah, we get it. Yep, I had to. I put the Chuckus and Norris bit in there because people will be like, "Oh, right, yeah, I've got that now from the memes." You know, you don't do press ups and push himself up and down. He pushes the earth away and brings it back. But yes, I'm glad you all understood. I am now talking. I am talking absolute bollicus of the shitus because I'm going to learn what I learned. I mean, I'm going to implement what I learned from Islam, but in my own way.
See, Nelly, she likes her new title. She's the Queen of the North. I'm a part-time messiah. Self-appointed.
Uranus. You should have put Uranus. You ruined it. You're talking through your Uranus. Come on, geese. Get it. If you're gonna do a joke, get it right.
See, I've to pronounce it Uranus.
Uranus.
Yeah, like
that sounds like an Alzut bummo, doesn't it? Uranus.
Yeah, it does. That's why I think it's best to say it like that.
Oh, I don't know where we're going with this, but yeah,
no,
it's terrible. And I know Venus sounds a bit like male genitals, but I'm not going down that road, all right?
No, we're not going there.
But in my religion, ladies and gents, just so you know, that when you realise that your wife is pregnant, that's it. A man can marry it.
Yeah.
At moment of conception, just so you know, so you can actually sort it all out and marry her off.
Well, it's the best way. It gives them the best start in life.
That's what
So-
you get when you go to Uranus too much. You end up with a disease called arse biscuits.
Yeah, you do. So behave. Watch what you put up, Uranus.
You know you've got that disease when the doctor looks at your bum and goes, "Oh crumbs."
I don't know why I'm laughing at that joke. That's terrible. It was funny.
I know. Don't make jokes up on the spot. They're shit.
Oh, it's too hot.
Just like my Uranus. Uranus shittus peanutus maximus.
That's it. Don't forget it.
Yes, I'm that good. I'm that nutty. I can actually give birth to Snicker bars.
Well, I think that's a bit too much info.
I can't because I don't eat peanuts.
Oh, right. I don't eat peanuts either, but I do eat Snickers.
Yeah.
Strangely.
I need teeth. No, I can't even eat them.
No, yes.
Ah, have you met one of the gods, Starficius chocolatus?
Oh,
There's another one. There's Marmotus motorwayus, and there's also Bourbonus boulevardus. They're all gods of the bum.
yeah, that's correct.
Gods
Yes.
of Uranus. Oh my god, mate! Let's. Oh, what are we
And there's
doing?
also the council gritter is another one.
Councillus Gritterus, in my religion, you're actually a god of that Uranus.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. I hope Nuriyah Khan never watches this one. Blimey heck.
I think
People
she'll
like,
be.
what are they talking about?
She certainly won't be coming on as a guest, I don't think.
I know, Dizzy, what's going on? I tell you what, though, the one God that everyone respects in my religion, he can literally mash food up and make it whole again. He is Sweet Cornus Turdus. He can literally eat sweet corn, it comes out whole again.
Dear,
How
oh
does
dear.
that happen?
I don't know what has gotten into the wizard today. I think that it must have taken some potions.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't know. Yeah, and play. Yeah, it is triggered. I don't know.
Yes,
Oh, I don't know. Oh.
chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavoured water. Sold many copies of that when I worked in a record shop.
Yeah, and just so you know, obviously all positives have negatives. There's always opposites. Like you got God and then you got Satan. Do you know what I mean? You got opposites. So you
Yeah.
know they're all the gods that are in my religion. The opposite one, you might know him, possibly. Do you want to know what his name is?
What is his name?
I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, right.
Well, that was a bit disappointing, wasn't it? What a tease.
No, the negative god in my religion is Pilus Graepus.
Yeah. Prophetess Mohammedus.
Because of your Uranus is Pilus Uranus. That'd be a good one. If you got piles, that's just Satan. That's the Satan in it.
It is.
But yeah, I don't know where we're going with it. What are we doing? Look, like Dan Wooten's there frowning at me. Look at him. He's like,
He's
what are
not
you on
impressed.
about, mate?
He's not impressed. He's saying, what are you doing? What have you been eating, wizard? Have you had one of those funny potions again? That's the look he's giving you.
There's 12 angels in my religion.
Right.
They're all known as Andrexius. They can make your bum feel Andrexius. Oh dear.
I don't know the answer to that, Pouncy. I really don't know. But
they do clean up the mess. they're good
There is a-
angels, right?
There is a reason why they are called lunatics. Um, I don't know. I think there must be something to do with maybe the gravitational pull of the moon or something like that. I
Yep.
think it affects
I was
women
gonna
as
say that.
well. Now, whoever it was that started talking about Uranus, and they need to stop because they've gone too far now.
Yep. Yep. Brillo Pad did.
Yeah, I
But,
blame
you
you.
know,
Brillo
if you're
pad.
if you're going to be like the Brillo Pad, women aren't going to enjoy you once a month, are they? That's
No.
just too rough. No wonder you ended up with all this rough Uranus discussions.
Yes. Of course, though, I'm far too polite, though, to say that somebody who is a big Brillo pad is nothing but a scrubber, because that would be very impolite, and I would never say such a thing. And that certainly wouldn't be the truth.
Exactly. Well, we've well and truly strained all that out.
I think we did.
So maybe we should let. There's a few of those in my bathroom, Wiz. At
Yeah,
least Wiz has back end. Yeah, all because the Brillo Pad. I'm rough, man. Start trucking. Stop. My belly hurts. Do you need a Brillo Pad?
You have to laugh, don't you? Otherwise, you just cry.
Your ends might burst and you end up with a load of poo poo. Like, oh my god, I laughed so hard
Oh,
I pooed myself.
it's okay. Big Brillo is a scrubber. It's fine. She's fine with it. She's owned
It's
it.
cool.
Glad to hear that. Be a proud
I'm
scrubber.
worried about Dizzy pooing herself. I mean, has she got a turtle head? Is she touching
hope-
cloth, or is she already curled one out?
Oh, I don't know. It's a bit difficult. It's hard to tell from here. Wouldn't like
Well,
to.
we know if she's still dizzy. We know she's still going if she's dizzy.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Oh, we got so close. Look, literally, we've been 12 minutes of the end, and we ended up talking absolute.
Yeah.
Literally shit.
Well, they'll just have to go and watch it in their own time, won't they?
But I want to know what he's going to just about to say. Look, he looks like serious. So he's looking at it as if like, oh, have it.
And in all seriousness, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would do if I were you. It's one of the only channels that I do actually pay for is Nuriyah's channel, because I do appreciate what she does. And she is very, very brave and putting herself in a lot of danger in the things that she says. She is someone who's very much an activist as well. She's not just someone online. She does go out and do things. She did speak at Tommy Robinson's first rally as well. So she is someone that will get out there and do things, and is someone that I just think is very, very genuine.
Yeah.
So support the channel. And if you want to see the rest of this debate, you can do it in your own time. It is a good debate, actually.
This clip, the actual link is in the description, ladies and gents. So all you've got to do is go down there, click that, and you can watch the last 12 minutes in peace.
Yeah.
Or in pieces, if you want to.
I agree with Nelly as well. I respect a proud scrubber.
Definitely.
You can't beat a good rub with a good scrubber.
Rubber and a scrubber. Very nice indeed. Ooh. Oh, did she interview Ben Habib? Do you know what? I like Ben Habib, but sometimes his interviews, I find them quite boring. I don't know why.
He is a bit boring. It's because he doesn't ever say anything controversial. He's
got no facial expressions either, has he? It's just like mode one.
And he's too nice. He gets to the sort of cusp of controversy and then takes a step backward, I think.
Yeah.
But yes, Pouncey's quite often over there on her channel when she does live shows and things like that. So I know Pouncey is a fan. Yeah, he is mild-mannered. But yes, there's very good content on there, and she's kind of changed it recently. She used to do more long-form videos about a particular topic, and she didn't do that many, but now she does most days. Fahima, if you're interested in finding where she is, I've got absolutely no idea.
She's not on X.
Yes,
Which is
Disney, I'll
nice.
put a link in for you. Let me just find it.
I think the link to Nuriyah is in the description as well.
Yeah, it's Beyond Belief, I think, isn't it?
It might be it might be Dan Wooten, actually. Oh no, I've highlighted her name in this video, so you'll see in the title as well. You can click it. Yeah, Nuriyah Khan Beyond Belief.
Yeah.
But the link is there because I put at Nuriyah Khan. So yeah, you can click on it and subscribe and watch her and all that.
It used to be called Holy Humanist, but she's changed it to Beyond Belief now, which is hardly surprising because every single day there's something that's beyond belief in the news.
Yep.
That's it. Nice one, Trig. Well done. Good man.
Yep, Nuriyah Khan Beyond Belief. Yep. Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. We done well there, really.
I think we did all right, didn't we?
Making a short video last like 2 hours again.
Maybe we'll be winging it tomorrow, depending on Slim coming up with a thesis for us on Nessie.
Yep. Go for it, Slim.
Good one. Nice one, Dizzy. Thank you very much. I'm sure Nuriyah will appreciate that. And I mean that sincerely as well, because she is one of the people, she does care when people join, you know, she does respond to things.
Yep.
What do you mean, Nelly, you're not interested in listening to a delusional Muslim woman? Why not? Is it better to listen to a delusional Muslim woman or man? I can't believe it's been 2 hours and I haven't called anyone today.
Yeah. Oh, this make you laugh.
Another big up from Nelly there for Nuriyah and from Jenny. Good. Glad to see these people are smart. Yes, she did do
I'm going to show you this.
Oh.
Look. This bloke, do you remember when she did that?
That's that cunt.
Yeah, right. Wait till you see this. This will make you laugh. So, he put, she kind of reminds me of Jimmy Savile, and I put, and Jimmy Savile reminds me of Mohammed. Funny that. And he goes, yeah, man thinks he's the wizard in real life. How am I going to have a conversation with you and be serious? I put, no, at no point ever I claim to be a real wizard. Is that your argument, strawmanning me and blatantly lying? I don't debate Muslims. They lie and defend paedophilia and genocide. He replied, since the age of my grandpa, I will not be mean to you and be disrespectful. To which I just replied with giggle. Like, what do I say to that, cheeky git? That was funny then.
That is funny. That was a good comeback about the prophet there. Yeah, that was the
I'm full of it.
That video made me angry as well. Oh. And she's another one with a great brave voice as well. Kelly J. Keane, she's not afraid to go out there and get stuck in.
Respect other people's right to religion. Do not mock another man's religion or their symbols. Respect goes both ways, says the Muslim. And then there's me. Yet Muslims murder, rape, and genocide those who are Christian, Jewish, or non-believers every single day around the world. Your lies and propaganda for Islam is laughable yet pathetic. And Johnny Davis comes back in with, I was going to say the same thing. Happy days. Hashtag dirty.
I like the hashtag there.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, I can't believe that cheeky get me out of my grandpa. I am a grandpa about 12 times over, so I'll let him get away with that. But at least it's a decent response. than start going here, there, and everywhere.
Yes.
That's all
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Right, ladies and gents, tomorrow 7 p.m. Jake and I are discussing Loch
No,
Ness, Bigfoot. I'm not looking anything up. I'm coming in raw.
it's not just you and me, it's and Slim as well. It's his idea.
Yeah, Slim, get your
Slim
stuff on the
is coming
go.
to do a lecture on the Loch Ness Monster tomorrow.
Yep. Actually, Slim, if you literally want to come up on screen with us while we discuss certain things, you can. It'll just make a change instead of just us two. If you want to join us, you don't have to, mate. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
get your tartan words in or whatever. Tartan sauce. Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I was going to make a joke there, Slim, and I failed miserably. That's if you're still even watching. If you're not watching, Slim
Probably.
smells a poo. Slim smells a poo.
Says that, yes, that Slim is all hot air, yes. So's that Fulcanelli as well.
Yes. I believe it's because his father was a hot air balloon.
Yes. Right.
And they had a baby hot air balloon.
I need to go and take my medicine.
And his mother was the flame.
My green medicine that smokes.
Yes.
So, thank you very much.
But yeah, if you fancy coming up, you can. Right, sorry, Jake, I spoke over you. My bad, geez, my bad. That's my inner Muslim coming out.
It was. I can understand it. It's because you've been near one this evening. I get it. Right, take care, everyone. Good to see you.
That wasn't me. I did not cut him off. That was him. He cut himself off. He just couldn't wait to get away so he can go skin up. That's what it was. So yeah, tomorrow we're talking about how you know if it's real or fake, regards like, conspiracies or whatever, like, Loch Ness and Bigfoot, and we'll be talking about both of them. So hopefully I'll have all the links and get it all up. I like to go into it like blind. I know certain things about Loch Ness and Bigfoot, but it's better to sort of live and learn as we go live. It'll be good. But that's Freaky Friday tomorrow, 7 p.m. The first one ever. So everyone has to watch it, and it's got to be super popular. Otherwise, I'm going to cry. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it'll be a good one. Hear about Nessie. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I'm a little Scottish. What happened? I got 2 big feet. Is that what they're called? If you see a Bigfoot and then you see a baby Bigfoot, will you say, "Oh, they're big feet," or do you still call them Bigfoot? Oh, who knows? Rude. Yeah, Flat Earth. We'll be doing something about that at some point. A pleasure as always, Jake. It's brilliant. It's all been good. Thank you very much to everyone there. Thanks to Ollie, the Green Witch, for 20 Wizard Word memberships. I really, really appreciate it. And Mad Monkey Seeds backed it up with a Wizard Words membership. Thank you very much indeed, sir. I appreciate your generosity. Nothing but love and respect for all of you, because we are the Wizardians. Well, I'm the wizard, aren't I? You're the Wizardians. You know what I mean. But anyway, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. It's going to be a cracker. So take it easy, stay safe, have a good night's sleep. Enjoy your Friday, and remember, 7 p.m. we're going to get down. Happy days. But anyway, like I say at the end of every single video, that is the Wizard's words.